We have a lot to get to this hour, and we're going to start with breaking economic news. The May jobs report was released just moments ago, and it showed that the U.S. added 139,000 jobs in May, topping expectations. The unemployment rate remains unchanged at 4.2%. For more, let's bring in CNBC's Dom Chu. Dom, give us a sense. Which lesson should we glean from these numbers? What do they tell us about the state of the economy right now?
Sure, Jonathan. So this report is being scrutinized for any signs that our current tariff and trade war is leading to a slowdown in the economy and perhaps even some early signs of a more profound weakening of the jobs market overall. Now, if, hypothetically, companies are cutting costs and slowing activity down over all of the economic and trade uncertainty, this could be an early read on that jobs data. And yes, maybe we do see some of a slowdown. So job activity actually, yes, did slow down. But it's still positive, and it came in better than what was forecast for. That April number that you just kind of alluded to before, and then the April one from the month prior, was also revised lower to a gain of 147,000 jobs. So the May number is a slowdown from an already downwardly revised figure for the prior month. Unemployment, as you point out, holding steady. The other component that is always getting some attention these days is on the wage growth, average hourly earnings, which actually showed an acceleration in wage gains on a year-over-year basis. They were up 3.9% year-over-year compared to the year-over-year gain of 3.7% that we saw in the month of April. Now, on balance, what you're seeing is stocks generally move higher and U.S. government bond prices falling, which is leading to interest rates going higher. That's all part and parcel to what happens when economic growth is still the mainline story. So that's something to keep an eye on. But that concern about the jobs market involves a lot of the different parts of the current economic condition that we're seeing. Tariffs and trade policy are at the heart of it. The jobs market has remained relatively strong despite all of the uncertainty that we are seeing, especially with China. Now, some experts are already taking note of the potential early signs of labor market weakness in places like the data on unemployment. Traders and investors are now trying to handicap just how optimistic they can get now that President Trump and China's President Xi Jinping have had their highly anticipated phone call. The leaders of the world's two biggest economies had their chat just yesterday, with Trump calling the status of trade talks, quote, very good after the call, and Xi Jinping saying that the two sides should work towards a win-win solution. Trump also then posted that Xi invited him and First Lady Melania Trump to visit China, and that he made the same invitation to Xi. So, Jonathan, whether that does anything to reassure Wall Street remains to be seen. But generally, we're still about 3 or 4% away from record highs. So that's something to keep a close eye on, Jonathan.
Yeah, Trump had wanted that call with Xi Jinping for a while, finally got it. No date scheduled yet for possible visits. And let's remember, though, there was an agreement to keep talking. No trade deal yet between the U.S. and China. Dom